Hello gorgeous ones, how are you all doing today? If you're new to this channel, I'm Joseph, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the House of Joseph. Lovely to have you with me today. Now then guys, in today's tutorial or review, we're going to be looking at this one, which is the number 7 Intelligent Colour Foundation. This is SPF 6, and this is going to be a blind review, and in blind reviews what I do is I don't look at any of the literature. I certainly don't go online and look at the website, so all I know about this is what's on the box, you know, and all I try to do then is to try and glean as many clues as I can from the box as to how the foundation should perform, so on and so forth. And then towards the end of the tutorial, what we do is, and then I apply it onto my face, various different ways to get the best out of it. And then towards the end of the review, we go online and then we look at the website. So if that sounds like something you guys want to find out more about, stay tuned. So guys, number 7 is a company which is owned by the British pharmacy company called Boots. And I believe it's 50 or even 60 years old. It was certainly around in the 1960s, making it 70 years old, 60? Yeah, about 70 years old. Again, my maths isn't the most precise in the world, so do forgive me if I'm blundering my way through my mathematics again, or as you beautiful Americans say, math? Is it math? Who knows? I don't know, but you know, right. And yeah, no, this is the number 7 foundation. This was released about 20 years ago, I reckon. And first of all, it's just a black tube, and I imagine this is a white tube in here, and as you can see, it's just put my glasses on. Can you see it's security sealed? There's a white piece of cardboard tab across the box, and it comes in a white, quite a nice sort of. It's a metallic sort of sheen, half, 3/4 of the way down, and the rest of it is white with the number 7 branding on the front. The name of the product across the front: Intelligent Colour Foundation, and this is in shade Light. Come on, focus, baby, for me. Thank you. And the first claim we can see is that it says on the front, seamlessly adapts to skin tone. Can you see that across there? And this is sheer coverage SPF 6. This is a 40mm foundation, and so it's large, about 10 mils larger than your bog standard 30mm foundation. So that's already a big thumbs up to me. And what we'll do today is we'll try it with fingers first. I'll try some on the back of this old rubber arm, or my arm. In fact, it's not rubber at all. It's actually part of my body. And obviously, of course, by trying it straight out of the tube on the back of your hand, you can get an impression, or first impression of texture, coverage, so on. And what we're looking for here is colour match, because this is one of those magical formulations which is supposed to adapt, to virtually any skin tone. But we'll see, and we could even try it here and on my neck, and then onto my face. And then what we'll do is we'll put it on with fingers. And then my foundation. I did get a couple of new foundation brushes, although this is my favourite, and we'll use this for today. And I also got these from, I'm not going to say B&M because it's so not B&M, it's so is Poundland, but I got these, which is a pack of 8 sponges, and those I'll use for powders, and these I'll use for liquid foundation. And obviously, guys, we could apply this one using these either dry or wet or both. Why don't we do both, eh? Give this a really good thorough old review. So what I'll do is I'll carry on reading. Shall I read what's on the back now so we can see if so the first claim we had was the fact it seamlessly adapts to skin tone. So that's one thing we're going to be looking for. Second thing is sheer coverage, and on the back it says, if I can find an image, I'll try and put it here. If not, sorry, hairs are growing vertically where they should be growing downwards. They're growing upwards, up my nose. It's a unique problem to the House of Joseph, my facial hair, guys, but I can't shave it off because I do like having a beard. Right, so enhance your natural beauty with color adapting color adjust TM technology that adjusts to magically match the color of your skin. So that sounds good. So this is going to be really heavily dependent on whether it matches my cool skin tones, because this used to be a really, really yellow formulation when they first brought it out 20 years ago. However, trying it on in the back of my hand in the shop, it sort of pulled a bit more towards cool. So I think they may have reformulated this one. I hope so anyway, because I don't look like a baked bean, do I? No. Right. The amazingly lightweight buildable coverage. Right, so that's claim 3, isn't it? The fact it's buildable. So we'll put a couple of layers of this on. Buildable coverage formula melts seamlessly into the skin, matching the tone to blur and conceal imperfections. That's claim number 4. Is anyone keeping note, by the way? Because you know how empty my head can be, or how vacuous or vacant I can be. Someone just remind me in the comments. No, I'm kidding. Of course you can't. But right. For a streak-free For a streak-free, velvety, soft and more even-looking complexion. So there are 5 claims we can look for already, aren't they, guys? And then it says in the smaller, thinner writing down below, and these are the directions, I imagine. For best results, blend on smoothly and evenly with your fingers, sponge or brush. And it also says suitable for sensitive skin. So there's 6 claims now, or well, they're not claims, they're just directions, aren't they? But we'll try all of those. We'll try that with fingers, brush and sponge, and we'll try dry sponge and soap sponge. Is that okay? Let's do that. Right, guys, time to get this one open. So what I'll do is I'll get my old knife here, and I'm just going to slice down the some manky old knife. I only use it to open these stuff. Can you see that now? That's been the piece of the paper, the security seal's now been. This is in shade light, by the way, and this was around £16. I'll find out and I'll put it down here exactly. I knew it. It's in a white tube. As I said, this used to come in a black tube with the number 7 branding across the top. The name of the foundation. You see, I'm shaking again. Way too much coffee again in this man's system, but I do drink loads and loads and loads. Do you drink tea or coffee? What's your preferred drink, guys? It's just I can't stand decaffeinated tea or coffee, and I don't know why, because you're not supposed to be able to even taste caffeine, are you? But I can certainly tell when something hasn't got caffeine in, because my whole body starts to slump. Do you know what I mean? Bit silly, but okay. Should we talk about foundation rather than my addiction to caffeine? Let's do that. So yeah, so this is our foundation now, guys, and it's a white tube with mauve or lavendery sort of coloured branding, a bar of mauve colour across the top, and that's sort of a metallic-y sort of. It's quite a classy tube, actually. I mean, that would look nice on anyone's bathroom shelf, wouldn't it? Put it down there and just imagine that on your bathroom shelf, guys. What do you reckon? Certainly look good on my bathroom shelf, but... Right, and on the back, it's got the description, and I'll read probably exactly the same or mirroring what's on the box. It says, enhance your natural beauty with colour adapting, colour adjust TM. So they've obviously trademarked the old technology. Sorry. With colour adjust TM technology that adjusts to magically match the colour of your skin. Again, that's the biggest claim for this foundation, isn't it? And that's what they're trying to do, is to eliminate the guesswork from you know, choosing the right shade of foundation for your skin, which can be a bit of a nightmare, can't it? Do you know what I mean? You're stood in a department store or Boots or a chemist or something, and you've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of swatches of foundation on your face, and you still don't know which one to choose. Do you know what I mean? So that's why, and I suppose these could be quite clever. Again, however, if it matches here and matches on the back of my hand and on down that side of my face, so if it matches the back of my hand, the inside of my wrist, and that part of my face, they are 4 pretty divergent colours, aren't they, guys? Or opposing colours. Yeah, okay. Shall I carry on reading rather than talking about what we will be doing? Shall I talk about what we are doing? I'll do that, shall I? Okay. Okay. Right. It goes on to say, the amazingly lightweight, buildable coverage formula melts seamlessly into the skin. So that's good. Matching the tone to blur and conceal imperfections. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? £16 well spent, I hope. For a streak-free, velvety, soft and even for a streak-free and velvety, soft and more even-looking complexion. Sounds amazing. I can't wait to get this stuff open. I think I'm in for a bit of a disappointment, though. I remember the original. It's a pretty because I had a bottle of the original formulation when it was way too yellow, and it's a very, very, very silicone rich formulation, and it makes your skin, it gives you that sort of that lovely powdery baby soft sort of feel, you know, which is peculiar to all silicones and silicone based foundations, moisturizers, primers, so on. So and they go on to say there about best results. For best results, blend on smoothly and evenly with your fingers, sponge or brush, or brushy. Right, so, and down there, can you see that? It says shade light. So without any further waffle from yours truly, should we crack this one open? Let's do it. And just before I open this, guys, the ingredients are there. That's that huge, sorry, I need to go and do something about this moustache. I'll probably have to go and soap it or something. Ingredients, and the first 2 ingredients on this are silicones. There's dimethicone and cyclopentosilicone cross polymer, something like that anyway. So, right, without any, I need to go and see to my moustache. I'll be back in 2 seconds, sorry guys. It doesn't say to shake it, guys, so what I'll do is I'll just crack this one open and Can you see on the end there's that one of those irritating little foils that you need talons? Oh no, it can peeled off quite simply, so that's good. I was about to start slagging that off then, but no, and as I said, I didn't shake this, but so there's one dollop of, I'll just put the lid on that one, or that will go everywhere. You all know how clumsy I am. So gorgeous ones. There's that dollop of foundation. Can you look at that there, as opposed to me saying, can you see? Look at that dollop of foundation there. And it, in the daylight, it is definitely much cooler than the original formulation, which is brilliant because, as I've said 100 times already. So stop waffling, and I won't use that finger. I'll use this one today because I know I have a tendency to. It does glide onto Ye Olde Rubber Army though, guys. And that's, I put about a pea size on, didn't I? About a pea size dollop on the back of my hand. No discernible. That very nice sort of clean it's not a fragrance, it's actually the smell of silicones themselves, and unless you know what that smells like, it's impossible to describe, but it is a really nice pleasant sort of smell. So there's that on the back of that hand, and it's ultra sheer for yeah. I'm not so sure, guys. So what do you reckon to that, guys? I suppose it has matched the back of my hand quite nicely, hasn't it? I'll have to go and look at it in the daylight. Slightly too dark for the back of my hand. I don't know whether you can see the divergence between that one and that one, or the disparity between that shade and that, sorry, that patch and that. But mind you, my whole hand isn't that colour, is it? No, of course it's not. Although, and it is. It glided on, or glid on, as I used to say. It glid onto my hand really nicely. It just very smooth and soft. And now that's dried totally, and I put that on about 2 minutes ago, and that's totally dry now, guys. And it just feels amazing. It just feels really lovely, really nice on the back of my hand. So without me waffling any further, shall I get some onto, or shall I put some there and see if it matches there? I'll do that, shall I? Okay. And it's not as good as the Revolution CC one, which just disappeared on the back of my hand. And these are slightly different formulations. So what I'll do is I'll just put a blob there, put the lid on that one again. And what we're looking for this time is to see whether this one totally disappears. And you can see the difference between that and that and that, can't you? And if it matches all three, then I'll definitely pass this, or give this foundation my endorsement. But so start blending that one in, shall we? It goes on like a dream though, guys. It's a really elegant formulation. Hang on. So that disappeared, guys, isn't it? It has left us, but mind you, it's a foundation. It's supposed to give you coverage. Do you know what I mean? But so yeah. Wow. Quite impressed, really, so far. Although it is pulling slightly towards yellow, isn't it? Can you see that at home? I don't know whether the camera's going to pick it up or not, but yep. Okay. Without any further ado, let's get some on my old chop, shall we? Do you know what, guys? It's totally vanished on the back of my hand. It has. It's totally gone. It's totally. So it took probably around 5 minutes for it from application to settle into my skin and for the chemical reactions to occur, which obviously changes the pigments to exactly match your skin tone. But it's disappeared now. Not a whole lot of coverage though. However, it did say it was buildable, didn't it? So again, I'll have to put a little bit dollop of this on the back of this hand because I am right-handed. He says putting it on the back of his right hand. That doesn't make much sense, does it, guys? No, it doesn't. Right, can you see that there? And what I'll do is I'll put some here and I'll put it all the way down my neck, and that is how you're supposed to. Can you see that there? There's a dollop of that on the end of my fingers, and I'll just start by finger blending it a little bit more. Give this a fair old review. Wow, it just feels like silk on the skin. And this video is totally unsponsored, guys. Bring it down onto the old. Oh gosh, it's disappeared, isn't it? Wow. Wow. Just blend it in a little bit. So I have to go and get a J-cloth in a minute because I'm getting very anal about makeup being all over my skin. everywhere it's supposed to be other than on my chops. But right, so what do you reckon? This could be quite a good foundation, and you know, it could be a candidate for the number one Holy Grail spot, which is currently vacant. But has it dried? No, it's because it's silicone, and silicones have vehicles that they have like a fluid which carries them. Oh dear goodness me. Nanny Kelsey's just released yet another video. This one's about charity shops this time. I love Nanny Kelsey, she's great though, but she does release a heck of a lot of videos, guys. Anyway, yep, it's drying now. That's what I was saying, wasn't I, about silicones. They have like a liquid which carries the silicones, and the liquid evaporates and leaves the silicone in place, and then bonds with the skin to give you that second sort of skin look or effect, if you like. But it has dried now, guys. Yeah, it's totally dry now. What do you think? It's vanished, isn't it? Totally vanished. Okay, I'm just going to go and get a J-cloth, otherwise this will just be my living nightmare. But and when I come back, should we try it with fingers all over this half a century-old chops? Let's do that. Incredible, isn't it? Totally vanished. Totally disappeared, guys. Wonderful, wunderbar. So now we have J-cloth in pour. Let's try some of this on my old skin, shall we? Why not? And what I'll do is this time I'll put it on my left hand, which will appear right to you, so that I can blend it in with my... did I say left then or right? I'm going to put it on my left hand so I can apply it with right hand. Okay. And I don't use primer, and my skin is normal to combination. Tends to be quite a bit oilier in the old summer. You know, the heat pumps out, makes my skin pump out even more oil. So it's quite a bit there, isn't there, beautiful ones? Let's get it on these old chopuzos, shall we? Let's do that. That's got you beautiful ones in a little bit closer, which is where I like to keep my gorgeous ones by my side. So, right, let's just get some... I'm using that finger again. Sorry, guys. I'm spitting as well. Spitting at people. No, I'm not. Right, so let's just finger blend. It smells lovely. I love the smell of it. It's got that, you know, that, as I said, that really, really clean sort of silicone smell, which some of you might not like. My mum can't stand silicones. She just thinks that they're evil. She doesn't think they're evil. I'm being an old drama queen again with my J-cloth. So that's one application of that one on the old choppies. What do you reckon? Obviously I need to tidy up moustache, and I'll do that now. And I'll go and take a set of photos in a minute, guys, if that's okay. And then we'll apply with the old foundation. Oh, do you want me to put a second? Should I put a second layer on with fingers? Why not? Let's do that. Just sit and look at myself in the next 10 hours. I'll do that, shall I? No, I won't. I'm only joking, guys. Of course I wouldn't. Wasting your valuable Monday. I wouldn't dream of doing such a thing. So, skin feel test. He said slapping his old chops with his fingers. No, it's definitely dried, although it leaves sort of a very slightly sort of powdery, silicone-y feel to your skin, which is lovely. I really do like that feeling of baby softness with a slight powdery sort of vibe going on. Does that make sense, beautiful ones? I hope so. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's certainly evened up my skin tone, isn't it? Which was claim number 3,000? No, sorry, claim number 2 or 3. I can't remember them all, but yeah, okay. Now, should we just have a quick look at colour adaptation or colour match? So if I come back here a little bit. Should have put... Too late now. I should have put one half on one side of my face and left the other side bare, shouldn't I? Sorry, guys. Got a bit carried away, got way too excited by this brand new foundation and started slapping it on willy-nilly with abandon. I could do that later, though. Why don't I do that a little bit later on? It's going to be a long old video, guys. I've got one of those feelings. Do you know what it's going to be like? Ben-Hur of the foundation world. This video is going to be the Ben-Hur of the foundation world, guys. It's going to be like 10 years long or something, but... Anyway, so, yep, quite impressed with fingers so far. So beautiful ones. This is one application of Boots' number 7 Intelligent Colour in shade light. And I think it's pretty decent, don't you guys? I mean, it's just totally vanished on my skin. And it's matched there and there, although I thought it just looked a little bit... You could see it, do you know what I mean? Whereas I couldn't see the Revolution CC cream at all. Although that was that's one of my holy grail products. That is, it's just an amazing tinted moisture skin tint as opposed to being a full-on foundation. But should we see if this lives up to the old sheer coverage and the old blurring claims? Yeah, yep, I can definitely see it's blurred my texture around here and on my nose. It hasn't touched my glass marks on the bridge of my nose, that this one and this one, because although it didn't purport to be able to do that, it's not a full cover foundation, so it's, you know, it's a very, very sheer coverage, so it won't offer you anywhere near as much coverage as a medium coverage or a full-on coverage foundation. I'll go and take a set of photos, and when I come back, should we try a second layer, and then we'll try a foundation brush, sponges, trowel, yard brush. Should we do all of those? Let's do those. So far, gorgeous ones. I'm pretty impressed with this formulation. I mean, look. Can you see? Like, it just makes my skin look a lot more even, doesn't it? A lot more glowy and a bit better than it did before. A bit more alive, I suppose. Let's put some more on, shall we? Why not? That's what we're here for today. So, let's get a little wrong hand. What am I doing? Let's put. I've got again quite a bit on, but photos. Sorry about that, guys. So there's the second dollop I found it for the second finger application. But before we do that, let's look at the photos from the first application. This is me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight. It doesn't offer you very, very much coverage. It's certainly nowhere near a medium. This one's me looking to the right. Certainly nowhere near a medium coverage foundation. This one's me looking to the left. This one's me holding the camera above my head. And finally, flash photography, and I have noticed it doesn't give any flashback at all. So beautiful ones. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Gorgeous, isn't it? Might be falling for this one big time, guys. Again, right, so can you see that dollop? Oh, I may as well get it all on my old finger A and just finger dot that one there, and can you see just from the from it being on my face straight out of the bottle, it looks a slightly beige, sort of slightly yellowy, doesn't it? But it certainly adapts to your skin really, really, really quickly and really effectively too. You're supposed to start in the centre of your face when you apply foundation. He says, slapping it all over his cheeks and the outer quadrants of his old choppies. And you know why you do that, guys, don't you? Because the majority of the texture, which is what we're trying to perfect, is in the central panel, basically your T-zone of your face. But and then you're supposed to start in the centre and work outwards, so that basically there's more foundation in the central parts of your face than there is in the outskirts of your chops. Do you know what I mean? So, guys, this is the second layer of finger application of Intelligent Colour Foundation by No. 7 in shade Light, and I think it's amazing. I do. I'm totally blown away by this. Totally, totally, totally stunned. That a foundation could be, you know, can match 3 opposing areas. So we've had the back of my hand, that there, and on my neck and on my cheek as well. And it has matched all 4 of those, isn't it? Not just 3. But just clean up ye old stoshy. Removing most of the soap I've just put. And by the way, I use Pears soap, and because you need to, when you're soaping any sort of facial hair, you need to try and get a clear soap. Why am I spitting? Why do I keep spitting today? Am I thirsty, or do I need a drink or something? I don't know. Not an alcoholic drink, because I don't drink alcohol at all, but couldn't deal with the hangovers, guys. Do you know what I mean? Woke up one day and thought, right, I've had enough of feeling like death warmed up. No more alcohol is going anywhere near this body. And that was about 15, 20 years ago. And since then, I haven't touched a drop. Well and truly on the wagon. Teetotal me, that's me. Anyway, should we stop talking about my alcohol beverage consumption amounts and talk about foundation? Let's do that. Is it pulling slightly to the yellow, do you reckon? Just trying to find flaws in this ultimately beautiful foundation now, because it just feels amazing on the skin. It really, really does. I'm not so sure whether the colour now is... Oh, I know what I'll do is I'll just get my little old compact hand mirror here, which is huge. Yep, sort of making me look slightly American tan, or giving me the impression of a baked bean. But in the Studio Lights, it looks amazing, doesn't it? And don't forget, this is 2 layers we have on now. Just sorry, itching my thigh. Yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed with this one so far. Again, it's nowhere near as good as the Revolution CC skin tint, but and that was, I think I paid 9 or 10, even possibly £11. No, I think it was £10 actually. I do apologise. This one was £16, so this is more a high-end foundation. It's nowhere near an Yves Saint Laurent or Christian Dior or something like that. But what do you reckon, guys? Do you like my foundation or not? Such a silly boy, aren't I? I'll go and take some more photos, and when I come back, we'll I'll go and rinse this layer off, and then we'll apply with my foundation brush. Should we do that? Let's do that. Right, gorgeous ones. Here's another set of photos. This one is me looking directly out of the window into natural daylight, and it's a lovely foundation that just feels amazing out straight out of the bottle on the skin. This one's me looking right, although 2 layers using fingers, and so using fingers you're not diluting the foundation out. Me looking left, it's very, very, very sheer, very sheer. This one's me holding the camera above my head. And finally, guys, flash photography. Yeah. It does take about 5 minutes before it adjusts fully to your skin tone. So, you know, I mean, once you've applied it and it doesn't look like it's matched your skin tone, don't panic, guys. You know, just give it 5, maybe even 10 minutes, because obviously for all of the pigments to adjust to your skin tone, just need to clean my fingers again. Getting a bit anal. Do you know what I mean? Just give it time to do its thing, because nothing can work that quickly or that magically, although this is a pretty darn good foundation. Yep. Okay, I'll go and rinse this layer off, and when I come back we'll try with the foundation brush, shall we? Let's do that. Okay. Right, guys, should we apply this with the foundation brush? So again, just get it open. Sorry, hairs again. Let's use quite a bit, shall we? So that's loads of that one, isn't it? And it just disappears into your skin. It is incredibly sheer and what's the word? Dissolves. It just dissolves into your skin. It's amazing. Right. So I'll get all of that onto my brush, and it just feels like it's got almost like a whipped sort of texture. Does that make sense? And I guess that's the silicones in the foundation which are providing the texture of the foundation. Right, stop waffling, get that on them old chops. Okay, will do. So this time I will start on the central panels of my face, where I should have done it before. So we'll start on the old schnufter and just work that in. How are you all? Are you okay? Hope you are. What have you been up to this weekend, guys? Done anything interesting? I was thinking, you know, about my makeup artist training, that they offer you various different ways to pay. Of course they do, because they're after your money, aren't they? Greedy buggers. But they do a monthly payment scheme, and I might actually have to go for that one as opposed to paying the full whack at the end of the day. You know, because I'm just really keen to start it now, because it's been quite a few weeks since my first approaching them. And I mean, yeah, and that way I can get my vlog started sooner as well. And then it's a diploma course, so obviously at the end of the 4 or 5 month course, however long it's going to be, I'll be a fully fledged makeup artist, or PMU, professional makeup artist. It sounds quite grandiose and brilliant, doesn't it? Right, okay, so that's one layer of him on my, just get the rest of that on the old brush, shall we? I'm not a big fan of foundation brushes. If any of you are new to the House of Joseph, you will know, you won't know that I just find foundation brushes, they're quite greedy. Do you know what I mean? They tend to snatch up loads of foundation, and then they're quite selfish with the foundation too. They tend to hold it into the bristles and not deposit it where it needs depositing on the old chops. So what I'm trying to say there is that you won't get as full a coverage out of a foundation brush than if you would just use your fingers. Let's just carry on blending, shall we? A little bit more. And by the way, guys, although the name of this channel is changing to the House of Joseph, I will still, of course, be doing DIY. What I'd like to do is to do one makeup related tutorial, 1 foundation review, and then 1 DIY skincare, or something like that, a ratio of 2 to 1 or something. I haven't quite worked it out yet, but I'll still be making the old skincare formulations. That's certainly, I'm not letting that go. No. Right. Flicking this old brush around, aren't I, guys? And you know, when you think you've blended enough, guys, what do? Keep on blending. And we're going for that seamless, sort of expensive looking skin, which I harp on about constantly. You know, the born this way sort of look, do you know what I mean? Which has taken many hours to achieve, and yet it looks like you've just got out of bed looking gorgeous. Let me just clean it off the back of my hand. So guys, that's 1 layer on with the old foundation, and I'm not, as I said, I'm not keen on them, and they tend to leave streaks, and they're quite greedy with the old foundation, and I ought to just tidy up the old whiskers too. Again, removing most of the soap, which I've just put on my whiskers. Right, let's have a little look. Shall we have a quick inspection? Why do I keep spitting? What's up with me today? Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, I'm not so pleased with the brush application. It's it hasn't given me that sort of flawless look that the finger application did. I'll go and take another set of photos, and then when I come back, should we try with one of these are £1 or something, £1.50, and there are 8 in there. It's brilliant, isn't it? And we'll try with one of the round ones, and I've got my little bowl of water here, and we could try it dry and then wet, or just wet, or whatever. Let's play around with this stuff, shall we? Okay. Right, gorgeous ones. Here's a set of photos using a foundation brush application. This one's me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight. What do you reckon? I just don't like it with a brush at all. I don't know why, but here's me looking to the right. It just it doesn't give you a very even sort of. Here's me looking to the left. Much more. What's the word? Streaky sort of. Here's me with holding the camera above my head, and I'm waffling severely now. Stop waffling, man. Okay. Here's me looking into flash photography. Yeah, so I'm very impressed with the old color adaptation technology. And I think they've as I said, they've made it far more cooler. So they've made the shade range much more. Again, I'm not too sure how many shades they actually sell, because we won't know that until we look at the website. I'll go and rinse this layer off using my J cloth, and when I come back, should we try with one of... Oh dear, then a whole lot of water nearly went in. Oh dear God, could you imagine? Do you want me to do this soaked or dry? I'll just go in with soaked, shall I? Because obviously this video is going to be like, again, like Ben-Hur or Gone with the Wind or something, 5 hours long. Okay? Okay. Right, guys, so I've just opened up my pack of sponges, and I'll just extract... Oh, see, this is why you shouldn't buy cheap, guys. Do you know what I mean? They're all stuck together. It doesn't matter, though, does it? And we'll go in with this round one, and I'll soak that one as well. So just to show you this, it's got a bowl full of water. I don't know, yeah, you can see that, can't you? And in goes the sponge. And I need to make sure that's soaking wet. Although, you know, a lot of makeup artists say to use a damp sponge. Not many of them say to use it soaking wet. And I think that the more water you get onto your sponge, the better. Because it, as I've said many times before, it just alters the feel and the look of the foundation on the skin. Right, guys, so we're going with a final application of this gorgeous one, shall we? Should we use loads? How's that? There's loads on there, guys. In fact, I've nearly used it all up, but there we go. No, I haven't really. Such an old drama queen, aren't I, guys? So remove spectacles, okay, and just load that onto that one. Can you see? Or look there, I should say. Okay, so what I like to do is just to finger blend it in, so I'm not getting a great big wallop of foundation on one particular part of the old chops. Do you know what I mean? So let's just start working this in, and instantly you can just tell it just feels so different, because you're applying it with water. It just adds like another level of pleasure to the whole making yourself up experience, because obviously the water refreshes your skin as well as shearing out the formulation and changing the nature of the form. That sponge already looks a bit manky, doesn't it? Again, they're only £1.50, but you can't expect miracles for that sort of price, can we, guys? Work it into the old Stoshy and beard or whiskers. And by the way, guys, I will be, I think it was Amanda or some of you, possibly even Gabrielle, one of you asked for me to review a natural or a very vegan, cruelty-free and all of, you know, an environmentally sound foundation, and I'll do that. I went to Holland & Barrett before I went on holiday to see if I could go and buy one, but they didn't have any, so suggestions in the comments would be great. Something like a Vida, way too expensive, or just something like a Body Shop foundation I could certainly try for you guys at home. But so that's that one with the soap sponge on. And can you see immediately, can you see there, or should I say look there? And it's just the fact that we've now incorporated water into the entire equation has just altered the look of it. It's just given my skin or it's brought my skin to life, isn't it? Whereas before the foundation could possibly have looked a little bit flat. Yep, I'm certainly very impressed. Okay, guys, right, I'll go and take a last set of photos and then we'll look at the website and then we'll wrap up for today, shall we? And I'll give you my final thoughts on number 7's Intelligent Colour Foundation. Shall we do that? Okay. Right, guys, I've got my my mobile phone. We'll talk about, and I'll put the images here. But before we do that, should we have a look at the last set of photos using Manky Old Sponge? This one is me looking straight out of the window into natural daylight. What do you think at home? Please let me know in the comments. Do please, because you know I could be barking right up the wrong tree here and go out looking like Danny LaRue or something like that, or Dame Edna Everage. Heaven forbid. Me looking to the right. Stop waffling. Me looking to the left. Holding the camera above my head. And lastly, flash photography. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this one, guys. I mean, I think it's because I applied it with a foundation brush and that's given me negative vibes, but overall I am pretty impressed. So this is the website. It's called, and again, I'll write it down here in my new font because this whole channel's having a facelift, thanks to me, or because of me, or from me, I guess, because it's me that will be doing the facelifting. So not that I'm a surgeon or anything, because I'm talking about changing the look of the channel as opposed to, yeah, okay. This is called www.number7beauty.co.uk. Can you see that up there? And this one is called the Intelligent Colour Foundation. And the first claim is, again, I'll put those here so you're not referring to me. A sheer coverage that seamlessly adapts to skin tone. £16.95, and how many shades are there? Oh, there's only 2 shades. Light and medium. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a thumbs down, isn't it? What if you've got... So I wouldn't call that inclusive, would you guys? You know, is light going to cover from very pale to almost sort of Asian-y, sort of, you know, medium sort of skin tones? And is medium going to cover from medium to ultra dark? I can't see that happening, guys. I'm spitting again. Spitting man. Right, okay, and then it goes on about there's offers everywhere and being bombarded with subscribe to me and I'll, you know, do your laundry for you. So should we go to product summary, which is here? Refreshed, healthy looking, more luminous complexion that improves with wear. Why is that then? I didn't hear any claims like that from before, did you guys? No. So has this got skincare benefits to it too, or I don't know. Very strange. Okay, the unique colour matching formula protects and moisturises the skin as it works to even out your complexion. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, it did match my skin tone pretty well, and it matched there, and there, didn't it? And it's disappeared on my face too, and yet perfected my skin. So yeah, I'll let them get away with that one, shall I? Why not? Not be too harsh on old Bootses, no. Transform, soften and smooth your complexion. Yep, I wouldn't say transformed, but I'd say improved or enhanced. Certainly not transformed. They're being a bit silly there, really, by saying it transforms, or a bit dramatic like I am usually most of the time. Claim number 4, refined skin for a softer, smoother appearance. Yep, I'll go along with that. And number 5, reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles. Why are they talking? It's very odd, isn't it? They're talking skincare here, and I didn't see any skincare claims at all. Was it the right foundation? Yeah, Intelligent Colour Foundation, can you see? So why are they suddenly talking? Oh, I don't know, I'm ever so confused. Right, product description. So let's move on to that, shall we? So we've just looked at the claims. Number 7, Intelligent Colour Foundation adjusts to match the colour of your skin for a sheer natural finish. Yeah, I'd go along with that, definitely. Velvety soft, easily blended, and so amazingly light you'll forget it's even there. Yep, again. With SPF 6, our expertly formulated foundation gives visibly fresh, radiant-looking skin in an instant for a flawless, natural finish. Yep, again, agreed, accepted and agreed. Powered by a skin-loving blend of Oh, here we go. Now they're talking about the skincare claims. It wasn't on the box at all. And this is why these blind reviews are quite interesting. Do you know what I mean? Because we find out additional stuff which we didn't know from the box. Powered by a skin-loving blend of antioxidants, vitamins A, C and E, the flexible formula melts seamlessly into skin, while the water-made texture hydrates for a healthier looking, more luminous complexion that improves with wear. And because it's got the antioxidants in, and imagine there might be some peptides or something in there anyway. Available in shades. Very, very bizarre, because now they're saying there are 4 shades. Extra light, Calico, Cool Vanilla. Oh, I see. What they're doing here is they're comparing the shade ranges to existing shade ranges in the number 7 shade ranges. So extra light, if Calico, Cool Vanilla or Warm Ivory suited you in another number 7 foundation, then you would need extra light in this one. Can you see that? Oh no, I'll put them here, guys. Light, Deep Ivory, Cool Ivory, Warm Beige, Beige, Cool Beige, and Deeply Beige. Medium, Soft Rose, Honey, Wheat, Warm Sand, and Cool Rose. And dark, finally, Latte, Deep Honey, Toffee, Mocha, Chestnut, and Walnut. Okay, so there's a pretty extensive shade range, and I'm glad they've done that as well. So, you know, if a colour really suited your skin tone in a different foundation, then they've given you a chart, basically, or guidelines to, I mean, you know. Who's this product for? Suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin. That's good. What else do you need to know? Lightweight formula leaves skin feeling smooth and silky soft. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. It makes your skin feel absolutely amazing. And with a soap sponge, amazing finish. Suitable for sensitive skin, fragrance free. Yep. Creates a second skin effect. Yep. I'd agree with that, because it basically just disappears on your skin. So, yeah. 24-hour wear. Do you mind if I don't do a wear tested? I could do a separate one if you beautiful ones want me to. Just let me know in the comments. That would be my pleasure. Sydney Pearl. Oh, I do like Sydney Pearl. She's great. And finally, minimises the appearance of pores. And then it goes on about formulated. We won't go into that now. How to use. Step 1. Shake well before use. So why didn't they tell us that before? Why don't they just put these things on the bottle? Because we're not all going to go and look at the website, are we, once you've got the product home? Who does that? Do you know what I mean? Who goes out there, buys a foundation, then comes home to find out how to use it by checking on the website? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Step 2, dot a little foundation where you need it most, usually your cheeks, nose and chin. Again, central panels of the face. Step 3, blend into skin evenly with your fingers, sponge or foundation brush in small circular motions, working downwards and outwards from the centre of your face. Okay, and I'll just have a quick look at the ingredients to see if there is anything. I'm sorry, guys, but this is outrageous. I mean, they've just said this has got vitamins A, C, and E, haven't they? You heard me say that, and you've seen it you've seen that by the screenshots I took. In the ingredients, there's no oh, hang on. Oh, eating words. There's no vitamin C in there that I can see. Liquid paraffin, dimethicone, metanol palmitates vitamin A, so yes, check. Tocopherol, again, vitamin E, check. But I can't, no, there's definitely no vitamin C in there. So, a bit naughty, really, number 7. Waffling. Should we go and close now, guys? And I'll give you my final thoughts on this gorgeous foundation. Let's do that. I will give number 7 the benefit of the doubt because, you know, it could have been a typo or just an error on their side. Although I was on Facebook one day and I saw this huge advert flashed up for this this eye cream, which was supposed to have vitamins A, C and E. And obviously I went and checked the ingredients immediately. No vitamin A, no vitamin C, no vitamin E. Basically just oil and water formulation, which won't make a blind bit of difference to anyone's skin. And I actually put a comment underneath the advert saying this. Why have you said that this formulation has vitamins A, C and E in when it hasn't got those in at all? And they wrote back to me and said, could you give us your email address and we want to work with you? And I said, no way, I'm not working with a company which does stuff like that. Absolutely no way. Waffling, get back onto. Right. So guys, my final thoughts on the number 7 Intelligent Foundation is that it is very, very clever. It is it's a genius product. I mean, to match there and the whole of my face. Is pretty clever, isn't it? I was a bit concerned about there only being 2 shades. However, those concerns have now been put to rest. I'll mark the tube out of 10. As I said, it comes in a box. Maybe too much packaging going on here. When just the tube would have done, and the original formulation was just a tube itself, a black tube, and now they've made it white. So I'm going to not take a mark off, but it's certainly a negative from my perspective. You know, having a box and a tube. What's the point? It just doesn't, although it's an expensive foundation, we're paying for the foundation, not the packaging. That's what we should be paying for. Although I do like the tube, though. It looks quite classy. And, you know, as I said, that would go nicely on anyone's bathroom shelf. So I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10, I think, because the box is actually bothering me. So I'm going to take 1 mark off. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm actually going to take 1 mark off. Formulation itself, skin feel amazing. It just feels wonderful on the skin. It just beautifully glides on and then just disappears into your skin. Very, very silicone rich. So I'll give that a 10 out of 10. Colour match. What do you honestly think? Do let me know in the comments, please. I'd love to hear from you all. I know no one will, though, but you know what I mean? I'm begging you, please, please, please comment. No, I'm joking. You don't have to if you don't want to, but colour match on the skin. Yeah, in the studio lights, it looks amazing. It's just disappeared into my skin, although it does pull slightly towards yellow. And as I said, the original formulation was way too yellow. So they have improved. Maybe some people wrote, and I couldn't be bothered to write in at the time because I just wrote the foundation off as being a little bit rubbishy at the time because it just made you look like a baked bean or a tin of Pledge or something. Do you know what I mean? But waffling, let's carry on talking about this one rather than furniture polish, shall we? Let's do that. So yeah, they've obviously improved the formulation and the color which this shade adjusting technology encompasses. So now it's encompassing more cool tones than warm tones. So I'll give that a 10 out of 10, I think, because, you know, it has totally disappeared and blended in with my skin tone, hasn't it? Price, £16. I just don't think anything's worth that much, guys. I don't. I'm sorry. If they'd asked £9.99 for it, then I'd give it a 10 out of 10. So a 9 out of 10 was all I'm going to give this foundation. Does it pass? Does it get JMS? Oh, sorry. Thodge. Does it get Thodge approved? The House of Joseph? Thodge? Yes, it does. I'm certainly going to improve or endorse this foundation. Why not? It's a wonderful foundation. And to think that I like the idea behind it of the fact that, you know, that by just using one product, you are eliminating all the guesswork and obviously the expense involved of all of those hideously expensive foundation mistakes, which we've all made. We've all been there, guys, haven't we? Let's face it. Right. So, beautiful ones, in today's review, we've done a pretty exhaustive review on this, haven't we? I mean, we've checked out the website. We've applied to 3 or 4 different ways to get the most out of it. I think it's a very, very good foundation. I'm certainly going to approve it. Why wouldn't I? Price. Again, I can't justify the fact that it costs £16 or nearly £17, although with a Boots card you can get £10 off. Next, I'll be reviewing the Essentially Natural Moist Foundation or Skin Tint by number 7. And because it's a British brand, I'm obviously very, very fond, and I'd love to support them even more so. Do you know what I mean? But sadly, guys, that's it from all of us at the House of Joseph. In fact, it's only me. I don't know why I keep saying. Why do I keep imagining there's hundreds and hundreds of people scurrying around behind me, tidying up in my wake? There's not, guys. It's only me, and I promise you that it's only me. And you know, that's it. It's just me. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's review, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Similarly, do consider subscribing, and please share this video if you know of anyone that needs a foundation which is more like a skin tint, or a friend of yours is struggling to find the exact shade. to show them this review, and hopefully, you know, it might persuade them to plumb for this one or a different foundation. Who knows? Okay, guys. Oh, gays? Sorry, what am I talking about? Sorry, guys. Right, I better go, and I'll leave you all to your Monday, and have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all for the next review tutorial, or just me waffling. All right, guys. Lots of love. Take care. See ya.